Hello everyone, Manathrall here, and welcome to the weekly update video for RuneScape. And yes, this week there is an update, and you can actually hear the new soundtrack that they released for RuneScape right now in the background, because I have this open because we are going to check out the update right after we go over everything, including the patch notes and a little bit of discussion, a reminder for the next upcoming Double XP weekend. So this week is War's Retreat, which there is some minor requirements, which the only actual requirement is to be a combat level of at least 60. So that's absolutely fantastic. We'll get into where you're able to enter. Free to play, you are welcome to enter this, but it does say free to play. They will be unable to purchase any auras, consumables, and most upgrades from the shop. Most upgrades. So there is going to be some upgrades available to free to play as well, but you could still earn points just like anybody else. And you. One of the things I think is worthy of mentioning, I did see it, that you can only earn 1,000 war marks per hour. This is a friggin' bombing soundtrack right here. Oh, I love this. You can earn up to 1,000 tokens, currency per hour, but you can earn way more than that overall per day. So do keep that in mind. And each boss does earn you a different amount. But we'll go over these different zones when we get into the game. The marks of war, that's a currency. It says right here, you can earn up to 1,000 marks of war per hour. If you are using Death Touch darts, you will not be awarded any marks of war for that kill, obviously for obvious reasons. The auras, you got your Vampirism, Dark Magic, Berserker, Reckless, and Maniacal. You can no longer find those in your loyalty points store. They are now through here and through here only, currently. There is new completionist requirements, which is Aura. Unlock every aura in the War's Retreat store. Relight my fire. Oh, and if you already have these things, you'll get it. So if you already have all these auras, you will automatically get that unlock. Relight my fire. Fully upgrade the campfire in War's Retreat. To unlock the completionist cape, you will need to complete My Last Resort. Unlock the War's Retreat teleport, a second boss portal, the Altar of War, and the Adrenaline Crystal. To unlock the trimmed completionist cape, you will need to complete the Meta Achievement War, What Is It Good For?, which you'll receive after completing the other 3 achievements. So once you complete all 3 of these, you get this one, and then you can get your trimmed back. And until February 10th, there is an additional 50% Reaper points increase. There is the Winter Chill-Off, which starts this week until February 3rd, which is in the Lumbridge Crater. Really feel like I should do this. So yeah, you have until then to do that. It says on February 3rd they'll announce the winner and subject to losers to Morin's merciless jeering for 6 more months. Hot contenders Agility and Herbler have returned this time around and are joined by Divination, Slayer, Firemaking, and Fletching. Which will win, we literally do not know. So we basically pick and choose how we did the last time. Patch notes will go over here in a little bit. The Double XP Weekend announcement. There is going to be another Double XP Weekend Extended, which will start February 21st, and they're doing another full extension. So you have from February 21st at 12 UTC until Monday, March 2nd at 12 UTC. And instead of the 36 hours that we got the previous time, this time we will get a full 48 hours. I know some people were still stating, well, that's not the 3 days we got before. Keep in mind, we got 3 days because they were trying to give us the most amount of time for a double XP weekend. The weekend technically is Saturday, Sunday. So that is why we are only getting 2 full days worth. So if you're unfamiliar what this means for the extended, anytime you are logged in during that week, you will be using your time. And you only have 48 hours of that time. But you have that entire time from February 21st to the March 2nd to use up as much time as you possibly want, or none at all. That is completely up to you. Premier Club, don't forget to get that while you can. Remember that special promo will not last forever. Twitch Prime Reminder, again, that's another thing that does not last forever. And then Lootescape, we have the Land Out of Time still, which is 250 resources in a random base camp resource. 1 to 200 marks drop from the basic drop table, which is the Prismatic Small Medium Fallen Star, Prismatic Small Medium Lamp, Spirit Ruby Diamond, Advanced Pulse Core, Spring Silverhawk Down, Medium Small Legendary Token Box, Uncut Dragonstone, Large Cash Bag, Medium Cash Bag, or Small Cash Bag. Chance Base, if unowned, is the random skilling outfit piece, Nature is Balance, or Lootescape. And live streams this week is Tuesday, 28th January 28th at 1700 UTC, which is general Q&A. And then February 1st at 11 UTC, which is Base Tank featured stream. Now on to the patch notes. So, War's Retreat is the first one up top. It's just basically an announcement. Winter Chill Off, another announcement. Just saying that they're here. Combat is keybinds for action button trigger, such as one used for placing Blessing of Nature, or to phase into Mind the Solak, no longer triggers while chat is in focus. Graphical, the cleaners have swept up the remnants of the Yak Track area in Birthwarp. Players no longer disappear halfway through the hyphen rope slide animation. Kind of nice. A number of abilities and items were causing players' movement to visually stall on use. These have now been fixed. These changes should make combat feel more smoother. Dominion gloves no longer visually stall your movement when they are active. The Disruption Shield spell animation is no longer cancelled if you move whilst using it. The Staff Basiliske special attack will no longer stall your movement when cast. The ranged abilities will no longer visually stall you in place when used. Special attacks from the God Staves will no longer visually stall you when moving after casting. When sharing damage via Soul Link, you will no longer be visually stalled if moving around. Interface, using Bladed Dive on an NPC no longer changes their name to tap to find a target, or change their combat level to NA. A kill timer is now available at the Kalphite Queen and Corporal Beast. Closing certain chat-based input dialogues no longer causes clicks to sometimes be ignored where the dialogue used to be. Spirit Gems can no longer be equipped via the bank. Free Camp's help menu is now moved to the right side of the screen. Ice spells in the Ancient Spellbook have their descriptions that match their effects. Expanded drop-down menus in the World Hop interface now hide correctly when settings are closed. Retrieving runes from a large yellow rune pouch no longer equips the item from within the bank interface. The Boss Portal Tune interface has been updated. Legacy combat users will no longer be able to see creatures walking about them with 0 hit points. Minigames fixed a bug that let Soul Wars Shop steal Zeal if you didn't have the requirements for one of its pets. Mobile, hopefully people got refunds. Mobile updated the World Wigs Boulder puzzle to have improved tapping accuracy, added to top-down camera view, and remade the info interface to mobile friendly. 2D cutscenes are now being presented correctly on mobile devices. Quests during the Great Brain Robbery quest of Dr. Frankenstein Strain will no longer take all of your hammers. He will now take only one hammer. Iron Man will now return to the entrance of the Cowboy Queen's lair upon exiting the Do No Evil cutscene, located in the same area instead of joining an open instance. Ooh. Skilling, Frost Dragons will now consistently work towards both Dragon Clusters tasks and Creatures of Demonheim Cluster tasks assigned from Lanikia. An issue has been fixed where players would sometimes be able to recheck the health of cacti immediately after already doing so. Other free-to-play players retrieving members' items from death will not be told to partially empty their banks. Adamant Dragons were incorrectly giving too many inner adrenaline crystals. This has been reduced to its intended amount. They actually were given a lot. I thought it was just good drops. Merchant will no longer always catch you stealing from the wine stall in Lumbridge. Spinolips, seen in Dagonoth King fight, will no longer drop items that are unreachable to the player. And issue logging into a free-to-play world, sometimes switching your current selected action bar, has been fixed. The door on the right of Rashilia's tomb can now be used to enter the tomb. Brawling gloves are no longer shown on items saved on death list when entering the wilderness. The Charming Imp can now place collected spirit gems directly into the spirit gem pouch. Previously, there was an issue where players who lost their eggs would not be able to prestige their aquarium. Those who have experienced this bug will find their fish tank and do not need to reacquire the fish egg. Fix an issue where players could lose player and house aquarium eggs and not be able to prestige the system. Player-owned house aquarium eggs will no longer be lost on death. Free-to-play players can no longer use the large and huge celebration lamps when they select the Use All option. Fix an issue where the prize pool for Gonyak tracking would not be refreshed from the previous promo, and the hotfixes further improved checks to the Power Burst Potion's cooldown and activation. This will prevent gaining double effects triggering by spam clicking. And now let's get into the actual update itself, which I personally am very curious to see War's Retreat. And I still gotta say, I love this music in the background. Very, very loud and powerful. So right here, when you log in, you'll get that little advertisement. We'll click that this way. I don't have to worry about that again because I already know. So to get there, we just gotta go to Draenor, because obviously I did not unlock anything yet, so I cannot actually take part. And you will see Death's office area has changed quite dramatically. So you'll have the Death's Hourglass and the doorway. So first we'll go into Death's Hourglass. It looks like there's another spot for something down the road. Ooh. But if you go here, okay, so you can get your assignment from Death, and then you can also enter this doorway if you are here. Now this doorway will also lead you into War's Retreat. So you can actually exit or go into Death's office. So you'll be right back to here. So you can go to in here and go like this. Now there is different things. This is the battle status. This is Project. Stop standing around here and go out and battle some bosses and start earning marks. Alright. Decant. So you can convert vials into flasks, flasks into vials. You can decant flask and decant vials or cancel. And then we also have the shop. So if you have killed bosses in the past, you will actually be able to do this, which is kind of nice. But here you can see the auras. You got 5k for Vampirism, 12.5k for the Dark Magic, 25k for the Berserker, Reckless, and Maniacal auras. Consumables, you got your refreshes, you got your life refresh. Okay, this can be used as a reset, the cooldown of the signs, importance of life or death, or the defense skill K perk. So that's actually pretty cool. That could be very useful, especially if you are being rather clumsy. You have all these, which can actually upgrade. It says an upgrade to the campfire requires a previous upgrade 1,000, and it also requires 1,000 outer logs and 90 fire making. So you do have to get each one of these in order, starting at Oak, and then you can go all the way up and upgrade them all. So I can actually get a few things right out the gate, which is actually pretty cool. I can get the Adrenaline Crystal, I can get that, the altar, which this place looks pretty cool. Now there is 4 portals here, as you can see, and then right here you got your Adrenaline Crystals, which is, as you can see, that guy's using it. Guy's adrenaline up the whole way, and now he's ready to go into a portal and fight whatever boss, these 2 bosses, whatever he chooses. And here we got the Reaper portal, which is whatever your Reaper assignment is. So I forget what my assignment is, but it says this one does not have multiple entry spots. And then there's also the kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to say, like the most recent boss. I want to say celebrated, but he's the most recent boss, which is the Shadow Reef, the Faithful portal. But then you also have these, which you could attune these, assuming you have kills in a boss. So as you can see, I'm very limited to what I can do because I have not killed a lot of bosses. Not on this account at least. For me, it'd probably end up being like the Dagonoth Kings and maybe General Grador. But as you can see, you know, because the rest of these, they're all pretty easy to get to. That might be a little easier because you can go through them. But you can attune these, and it'll cost you a little bit of money, but it's kind of worth it. So we're going to go over here. We're going to buy some of the rewards right now. So I'm going to unlock the hub teleport. So now I can teleport there via the spell book. So now I got that. And for whatever reason, those did not take away. Oh, okay, so you had to have boss kills for these. But it's actually not taking away my boss kills, which is kind of the confusing part. I would assuming you would have to have that. So now all I have left is the Marks of War stuff, which we will go over here. So now I can pray at this. I already have full prayer and full summoning. And now we will go into this. 243. Oh, sorry. Yes, I don't have to read that out loud. You guys can see that pin. It's going to be long expired by the time you guys see it. Okay, so I'm going to do... I'm going to do a boss. I think I'm just going to do Giant Mole because I'm feeling like a wuss. Now, we won't do Giant Mole. Giant Mole is way too chickeny. There's certain gear I was looking for, but I'm not seeing it. But now the Dagonoth Kings would actually be a really good one to go for. However, I am going to go for the Dagonoth Kings, but instead... I am going to go for the Dagonoth Kings. And I know there's going to be some judgment, because my mage gear is absolutely horrendous, but that is my mage gear. My mage gear is horrible. I use a lot of War Priest stuff. And I thought for sure I had other War Priest pieces. Where did all my war priests go? No. I had a bunch of war priests. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Alright. So for whatever reason I got rid of a lot of my war priests. Which is highly unfortunate, which means I pretty much have to get my guy's runecrafting level up next time before I go to do combat, because now I don't have gear. So we will do, like I was actually thinking about, we will actually fight the magic one. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but you know what? Maybe it won't be so bad. It's been a while since I fought these bosses, so I always take these along now, all three of those, just in case. And the funny thing is, the War Priest stuff is probably sitting right in front of my face, but I have no idea, and I'm completely ignoring it and completely oblivious, which is an entirely large possibility. Let's say I have the hood. So there we go, I got my full range gear on. The only thing I can't forget to do is get my ammo. Because, you know, you gotta have ammo when you range. So these rings will actually soon be a thing too, to actually start using with archaeology coming out. I'm thinking I'm pretty good. There's only one more thing I do want to do. And it's something that I should have showed you guys a while ago that I think is a very good idea to do. If you were doing anything with combat related. And we are going to do this, and we're going to make something, do a little bit of a detour. But you know what, it's going to be worth it, especially if you have Invention unlocked, and it's something I want to kind of show you guys. Especially now the bossing is going to become a lot easier to do. Well, it's not that it's easier to do, it's easier to access. And if it's easier to access, a lot of people would say that is easier to do, but boss is still a boss. You know, people are still going to struggle, even if you have easier access to that boss. Alright. So we're going to manufacture. Oh, did I accidentally use up all my stuff? And I did. I accidentally used up all of my spiritual parts. Alright. There's an auto sanctifier with that, and you learn it through the technology. And I want to say it is through the Dwarven. Yeah, it's through the Dwarven, which it says it's a consumable device that increases the prayer XP for buried bones and scattered ashes on the go, which is absolutely fantastic. But I used up all my spiritual parts making accumulators, so that was my bad. Now I could have teleported there. It does cost nothing, so that's actually something to kind of keep in mind. This will now actually go onto my teleport bar right next to Draenor, because it's about the same spot. So, I don't know. I thought I unlocked that. Let me see if I unlocked that, buddy. No, that's 1k boss kills. I did not get that yet. Well, let's see where this takes me. It looks like there's going to be stuff over there eventually. Okay, so my task was actually the giant mole. And I'm sure nobody wants to see the giant mole because it's not exactly the most challenging boss. But yeah, there's definitely stuff going to be happening over there, as you can see in time. So we're going to tune this portal to the Dagannoth Kings. There we go. You can reattune it. That's actually kind of a cool picture of the three. And then there's this one here. I'm going to put General Graardor here. That's actually pretty badass. Alright, so we'll enter the portal. As you can see, it takes me right here. So you actually have to jump over these rocks now in order to even do that. But I have to go into a custom session because I am an Iron Man. Alright, so I want to go up here first. Probably back here, because this is where the magic one spawns. So as you can see, that portal made this very nice to come here. And then I can just pop that aura. Pop this. And now I have some heals going on. I should actually probably pop my protection prayer. Let's get rid of my ricochet ability so I don't accidentally lure in another guy here. And it looks like I ended up getting the other guy anyway. So I'm probably going to teleport here pretty soon, because the ideal way to fight these guys is to go to that corner, get him, and get things going. As you can see, I got some chill off tokens actually. But the problem with this is I didn't bring multiple things, so I'm not going to fare too well when it actually comes to facing these bosses, because you kind of actually do have to fight them each with their own combat, their weakness. But there we go. Now, if I want to head back to Death's office, well, not Death's office, well, actually even Death's office too. I can just go here. Let's add that. See, this is how you vote. Might as well show you guys this while I'm at it too. This is the chill off. So this is what you can currently get XP in. So take advantage of this while you can. Yeah. That is actually it for this week's update though. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, later guys.